Okay, we're back. So we went over heat transfer just a minute ago. I'm sorry that was kind of a long video, 7 minutes, goodness gracious. I like to talk though, you guys know that. So the first heat transfer we're gonna talk about is radiation. Now I know some of you guys have seen a lot of movies before and you've seen a bunch of zombies and things like that, and they said it was because somebody dropped an atom bomb on them or an atomic bomb on them. And the nuclear fallout caused everybody to turn into a zombie. So this is not the type of radiation that turns you into a zombie. This is going to be the first heat transfer that we go over. Now, radiation's not that hard of a one to understand. It's really simple. It is a transfer of heat through empty space, okay? So it moves in waves, all right? And it's really easy to understand. We're going to talk about some examples of radiation. But first, let's go ahead and write this down. Heat that travels through empty space. Now listen, some of you are going to be like, Mr. Allen, you told us 5,000 times that there is no empty space on Earth. And from what I've read, there isn't. But there is something that radiates heat to us every single day. And it's been doing it since the beginning of time, whichever, how far along ago that was, 4 billion, 5 billion years ago. And that would be the sun, okay? And as we've talked about in space, the sun is a long, long, long way away, but we still feel its heat on Earth, and we can thank God for that, because if we didn't, we would be a popsicle, and we would probably not be able to hold life on Earth without this heat from our engine, okay? It is the giver of life, the sun. Now, when you go into space, there is a ton of empty space. Air does not fill space up like it does here on Earth. We've got the atmosphere holding in our air, which obviously weighs something. We've talked about that before. So when the sun radiates its heat to Earth, we feel its heat because the energy has traveled in waves through many, many millions of miles to reach Earth, okay? Now, the sun is not the only thing that radiates heat. This is just the one that's probably the most prevalent of them all, okay? Let me give you another example. Another good example would be fire. Fire radiates heat, okay? You don't have to go and literally put your hands into a fire to warm up your hands, or put your feet into the fire to warm up your feet. You get a distance away from the fire, and the fire is hot enough to give you heat through these waves through radiation, okay? Fire is a great example. Here's another one that we just kind of spoke about, is you. You can radiate heat, okay? If you're at a sporting event, something along those lines, you've been out running around, or some of you kids out here that play soccer sometimes and play basketball, jump rope, or whatever it is you do, you come inside and you sit beside me and I can feel the heat coming off of you because your engine is ramped up, okay? You're running really hot, and that's why you start to sweat, because you can radiate heat as well. There's a lot of things that can radiate heat, and we can go on for examples forever. Well, not forever, but we could go on for a while about things that can radiate heat, okay? So those are 3 examples. The sun obviously being the big one. The sun is a huge radiator of heat. Fire, and even you, okay? So all 3 of those are great radiators of heat, okay? So this one's really easy. This one is the one that travels in waves through empty space, all right? So really easy to remember, all right? The next one we're gonna do are these 2 right here. One of them's really tough though, so you're gonna have to be really patient with that one. But we're gonna move on, and I hope you got something out of this video.